This is from my experience. I made a few art pieces so you can relate more. Good old drug trip at 2020 boat camp, after graduation. Be me, on a bus to camping trip. Bring 50 micrograms acid tabs. Time to party in the bis.png. We both took half of the tabs with my friend. No effects but imagination improved drastically. Weird déjà vu feeling. Get in the camp and meet other peeps. Smoke some weed at night. The shit they given us for food was shat all out, like I mean no meat, just vegetables baked into fucking pasta. Fucking vegetable packed and baked pasta. We all say what the fuck. School profit kept getting worse, so a lot of corruption. Teacher had some weed on a shelf. Someone told me to steal it. I stole it. Every kid from camp comes to smoke weed. Inking.png. The same MF tells on me after smoking weed. The camp organizer somehow didn't know. So much corruption, WTF. This camp trip is feeling like some Stranger Things creepypasta, but it was real. My friend gives his last half of LSD tab for me. See yellow triangles raining down while eyes closed. Dope trip. Next day someone brought strong nicotine tabs. We have a boat day, which means getting on a river and start peddling rice boys. The boat days were so retarded just because it rained couldn't go on boat sometimes, but it was extremely fun. Have a weird feeling going around a specific urban grown area. Remember the last acid trip having a vision of a building in said urban area. The actual same building emerges from the ground as my boat was getting closer. I shit my bricks and all my dopamine receptors are activated. Feels like 5x salvia at this point just cause of the deja vu I'm feeling. Does weak acid last this long? Depart on land. Road is warm so my feet feel good even though it rains a bit. Go by a train back to the camp. At camp after sunset 3 people are taking strong nicotine tabs. I join cues, fuck it. Trees coronas are starting to look like fractals because of the light coming toward the leaves. Weird shit happening again. Suddenly we all feel watched. See a white glowing figure watching us from the woods. It has no clothes. It has no face. It has no body structure. It looks like a stick man walking over the road symbol. It's white and glowing. It runs behind the tree. It disappears without showing on the other side. As if it were two-dimensional. Every onset.mp4. Panic. Run into a tent. Forget about it after smoking a fat J. Be me 2 years ago. Find strange triangle satin package while cleaning, hidden away. Open it. Find folded paper in it. On paper is written something in Arabic, not living in Arabic-speaking country, not even close. Get it translated. It's a prayer. Praying for health. Forget about it. Try to find paper again after some time, gone. Can't find it anywhere, only have pick left. After this strange things started to happen. First Henning. Be me couple of months later with BF. Be comfy in bed, ready to go to sleep, very tired. BF comes running from bathroom saying he's been kind of attacked. What.jpg. Confused and suddenly very tired. Alarm bells go off in head but still can't wake up. Cuddle BF to comfort and snooze off. When we woke up the next day he relayed everything to me. He was brushing his teeth in the bathroom when suddenly a hair tie was flung at him despite being alone in the bathroom and me being in bed. Second Henny. Be me, going to bed. Turn on TV, turn off big light, turn on bedside light. Processing.x. Bedside light does not turn on, maybe bulb is broken? Turn on big light. See bulb is unscrewed and lying next to bedside lamp. Suspicion confirmed, lamp broken. BF comes to bed, ask him when lamp broke. Confused BF.wav. Claims he did not unscrew bulb, didn't know it was broken. We both realize what this means at the same time. Intense panic sets in and try to laugh it off. Another one happened a bit more recently. Be me. Living in Western CO. In an area that's been rancher land for quite some time. Renting a nice house with a couple other people. House has a gigantic living room with 15-foot ceilings, which is the bulk of the home. On one side are 2 rooms and a bathroom. On the other side is another room and the kitchen. I'm on the side away from the kitchen. They both work early mornings, so I'm almost always the last one awake. We'll play video with friends or watch movies. Frequently we'll go out to kitchen for late night snacks. Living room is never particularly dark, as we have windows in the ceiling and small lights at each outlet. One night, to get something to drink. Stop in my room's doorway. The living room is way darker than normal. WTF.mp3. Stand for a second, eyes adjusting. See what looks like an old man sitting in our armchair. Dressed in old-time rancher clothes. Thoroughly spooked, close door and don't leave again. Don't see ghost for a few months. See him in a few places. On our porches. At the table. Never does anything scary, just sits and looks. Eventually, girlfriend tells me I should nicely ask him to leave. Next time I see him, I politely say he needs to go, he doesn't belong here and his family is waiting. Never see him again. Not a skinwalker story, maybe not even paranormal, but still worth telling, I think. Be me, 2 weeks ago. Avid mushroom picker as a kid. Hear that there's loads of mushrooms this year, especially fat hen, a type that I used to love as a kid, that I haven't seen in years and that my girlfriend has never even tried. I decide to look up my old spots before she comes over for the next time so we can collect and cook some. Go there after work, but still find insane amounts, despite enough time having passed for others people to pick them. Neat as hell. Go home, make dinner, yada yada. Realize I lost my lighter. Gift, rather expensive, I'm fucking livid. Can't find it in my car, can't find it at work. Must be in the goddamn woods, great. I'm an idiot so I go looking for it at night because I couldn't sleep anyway. Actually find it, rather easily, even. What's weird, though, is the smell. As I said, no skinwalker story. It was no coppery or bloody smell, just a stench of wet hair and carnivore. Only similar smell I've known beforehand was when I came across an abandoned enclosure of some asshole who illegally bred huskies and held them under disgusting conditions before we sent the police on him. There also was no weird silence, no copied voices or anything. Either way, seriously disgusting smell. I decide to take a piss and then walk straight to the car and go home despite beforehand having planned to wander around for a while longer. I do so and suddenly hear massive noises coming towards me. Absolutely no chance to hide, I'm still pissing and I've got a very strong flashlight with me, still on. In the light of the flashlight, I see a goddamn bear. Now, what's necessary here, is some more relevant info. I live in rural Germany. The forest I was in was small, there were 2 villages in walking distance, 1 hour walk, at absolute most, streets to all sides. There has been, as far as I know, exactly a bear sighting in Germany, years ago and still several hundreds of kilometers away. Yet there was a bear, right fucking there. Mangy looking, ridiculously thin, legit could have been a corpse. Roars at me. I would have pissed myself if I wasn't already peeing. Seriously, it's hard to explain how ridiculously frightening the situation was. Not in the spooky unknown feeling of fear way, but in the sudden deadly danger feeling. I've been robbed at knife point and I wasn't even remotely scared, but at this moment, I'm pretty sure I was close to a heart attack from sheer fright. Anyway, roars at me, I run, pulling my pants up. Pretty sure I can't outrun a bear, so I make my amends. Suddenly no bear anymore. Natural, silence, normal sounds, but no roaring, running of a bear or anything. Still keep running, get in my car, drive home. I've been back there by day, the next day, armed, which is an insane risk, because running around with a gun is illegal around here, but I was looking for hair, blood, anything. Couldn't find anything. Called the local hunter, as you do, was told that there are no bears even remotely near and in all honesty, by all logic, he was right. I'm still fucked. It didn't feel paranormal, but the sudden vanishing and the fact that there cannot be a bear around here makes me feel weird about the entire affair. Plus that thing looked absolutely ragged. Personal experience. Late 2020. Be me in the woods walking with 5 friends at night pretty far into the mountains. We were planning on exploring some unknown structure we heard about and vibing there. We stopped with 2 cars, mine and one other not too far away, and started walking. Eventually we find the huge empty complex that had like 6 different buildings, all with 6 to 10 floors and pretty fucking long. Think it's an old health resort or something that were being remade, but project got yeeted for unknown reasons. We explore it for a bit. Few crashed cars dating back from quarantine COVID stuff with mosques in it, so it's pretty fresh, but no roads nearby, or at least none that we knew of. 3 of us armed with melee, 1 armed with handgun, so we get ready. Phone and radio starts having their batteries drained quickly and glitches out a lot. 2 of us decides it's best to leave, so they go back to cars, only 3 of us exploring including me. Hear them screaming on the radio at some point, panic. Tells us where they're going. Apparently they saw some white thing moving hella fast in the woods that hit their car. Apparently didn't look like any animal we knew about, and it was reflecting light. They drove away. We sprint back to the cars. I try looking at my phone and it's at like 2% battery. What the fuck, I charged it completely in the car before heading there, and it's supposed to last at least 24 hours if not used. Try talking to them, but radio's also dying. Approaches my car looking for the creature, but nothing. We leave and try to follow their route. See a white thing on the side of the road floating near a tree. A friend in the car also sees it, so I do a 180 on the road and it disappears. Redo a 180 and look again, but it's completely gone. What the fuck? Follows the road and meet them at a town near. Inspects their car. Nothing. No mark, no impact. A few days later we went back. Got the feeling of being watched by a lot of eyes and decided to leave and never come back. I can't get this shit out of my mind. It happened over a decade ago. There's just no explanation. The odds of this happening are so astronomical. Be me, on a skateboard on my way home. Stop by the local gas station. Buy a energy drink and a Thrasher magazine. Skate home and sit down on the porch and start reading the magazine. Dad sitting on the other end of the porch, fiddling with some new yellow guitar he bought from some guy on eBay. Interview segment with a skater called Jim Greco. He's listing his 10 favorite possessions. I'm not really paying attention, just looking at the pictures. Spot a yellow guitar in the magazine. Notice how it looks just like the one my dad is currently holding. Run over to my dad and show him the picture in the magazine. My dad looks at the magazine for about 30 seconds. Reads the name of the skater. He goes strange, there was something written on the back. He flips the guitar round. The name Jim Greco is written with a black marker on the back of the guitar. Neither of us can believe what just fucking happened. So in short, my dad bought a guitar from some random guy, I bought a random magazine, and this previously mentioned guy just happened to be a skateboarder and just happened to have been interviewed in this specific issue of this random magazine, and in this interview segment there just happened to be a picture of his guitar, and turns out this guitar was the exact same one my dad had just unknowingly bought. I got a personal experience. Be me. Decide to go on a camping trip because why not? Find myself a nice camping spot in the sticks. Late at night decide to heat up some beans. Hear something in the bush rustling around when I put the beans on the fire. Few minutes later beans are done. Take them and put first spoonful of beans in my mouth. Hear dieser nigga ist bonen. It sounds like a broken version of Hitler. But Hitler has died? I fire 20 rounds from my SKS randomly into the woods. God bless America. GNP. Hear screaming of children in distance. Oh God, oh fuck, Hitler is summoning dead Jewish babies to eat my penis. I tactically run to my car and drive home. Next day I hear in the news that at a campsite near where I was a child was found dead from gunshot wounds. Must have been skinned Hitler. I have no explanation for the things I saw that evening other than the supernatural. I'm just glad I made it out alive. Be me. Little kid, living with grandparents. Have dream where I see great-grandpa laying in my bed, sick. He is glowing green. Reaches out and touches me. I start glowing green. Walk to open window. Loud thunderous voice says something, don't remember what. Wake up. Look at same open window in my room. Window slams shut on its own. I scream like a scared child. Grandparents run up the stairs to see what is wrong. I tell them about the window and my dream. Grandfather gets upset. They proceed to tell me that my great-grandfather passed away overnight. They were Catholic, so none of this is ever mentioned again. This literally happened today. Be me. Start hearing voices in my house recently along with more noises than usual. I'm thinking ghosts. Try and close my door. This bitch won't close.jpg. Leave it semi-open. Go to bed. Hear door closing. Bruh sound effect.wav. Don't go check cause I am too spooked out. Wake up next morning. Father blasts in room. Ask him if he had to use the handle to open the door cause it was closed. He says yes. MFW.